Marape calls on MPs for fair judgment. New acting CEO for NAC. And police need more awareness on SAF. A very good evening. This is National EMTV News. I'm Malinta Yopolo. Thank you for joining us. With just 1 day before Parliament reconvenes for VONC, Prime Minister James Marape has revealed that he is deliberately stepping back from close proximity to the members of Parliament, giving them space to decide freely without pressure on what is best for the country. PM Marape said there is much political noise with accusations labeling him as a control freak or a dictator. Therefore, to respect the process and the integrity of the vote of no confidence, he said he will be keeping his distance from the members of Parliament, allowing them to decide freely what is best for the country. He said after 6 years as Prime Minister, he told his caucus, coalition partners and members of Pangu Party to assess both candidates fairly. The Prime Minister further acknowledged the alternate Prime Minister, Sir Peter Ipatas, as a senior and experienced leader. Meanwhile, PM Marape has taken a brief official visit to Brisbane, Australia this weekend to attend a series of high-level engagements focused on strengthening PNG sports and education. With the recent imposed 10% tariff on all Papua New Guinea exports into American market, Prime Minister James Marape said Papua New Guinea respects America's decision and will not retaliate with counter tariffs. Prime Minister Marape said Papua New Guinea as a sovereign nation respects the right of United States government to make trade policy decisions in accordance with its national interests. He said PNG has no issue on this development and reaffirms PNG and the U.S. long-standing commitment to free and fair trade. The Prime Minister said while PNG reserves the right to protect its domestic industries, in this instance will not respond with hostility or punitive measures. However, if the U.S. market becomes difficult due to this tariff, PNG will redirect its goods to markets where there is mutual respect and no artificial barriers. Meanwhile, PM Marape said PNG will continue to strengthen its trade relations in Asia and the Pacific region. Civil Aviation new Minister Wake Goy has appointed Rex Kiponge as the acting Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the National Airports Corporation Limited.
Minister Goy announced the appointment last week, stating that it was made after careful consideration of the sector's current situation and future requirement. He said Mr. Kiponge will act on the position for a period of 3 months starting tomorrow, Monday, April 7. Mr. Goy said the appointment follows the expiration of Mr. Dominic Camus' acting term today. The new minister expressed confidence in the appointment, stating that Kiponge has previous experience in the sector and will ensure a smooth transition and effectively continue the work within the sector. Goy clarified that with this acting appointment in place, there is no vacancy in the position to ensure clarity in leadership and prevent potential confusion. He said Kiponge has been instructed to prioritize the fast-tracking process of appointing a permanent MD and CEO during his 3-month acting period. He emphasized that the process must be carried out transparently, fairly and in accordance with relevant requirements. He urged the board members and staff to work together with the new acting MD and CEO moving forward. Lauren Jimal, National EMTV News.
As sorcery accusation-related violence remains an ongoing issue in PNG, concerns are now being raised highlighting the need to train police officers to handle cases of such nature.
Sharing this sentiment is Detective Regina Patmore with the Criminal Investigation Division stationed at the Mumang Police Station in Morobe Province. Detective Patmore had been instrumental in what is believed to be the first ever conviction and sentencing of a glassman who accused a woman of sorcery, leading to her torture and eventual death.
The most important assistance would be education and training for officers like me on specific provisions under the Amendment Criminal Code Act that covers SAVD. It is also vital for officers like me to strengthen community engagement by making awareness on SAVD and law that covers SAVD. Funding is a major issue, thus RPNGC with the help of NGOs can partner to combat the issue on SAVD.
Actively working in the space of sorcery accusation-related violence for a decade now, Tribal Foundation highlighted the need to have law enforcement agencies involved. However, also noted that there are some police personnel colluding with perpetrators.
Some good police staff, but all in all, got support na resources, all need him law work him work. Also, I'm Detective Regina Patmore. Me plus support him. I'm no Mary Blow asking me play planty something. I'm like walking walk long em that's all. That's all. Me play looks away or same hand long em short. So me play need lo support him. Okay, long plenty of cases. You know got sambla lo support him all police good. Lo walking walk long all. M1. 2, sambla police all corrupt line. Corruption long all go on tap true na. 2, sambla police me play kalabusim. Lo display walk long me play.
Tribal Foundation noted that there are currently 85 in custody for SAV-related cases, 6 of whom are alleged Glassman and Glass Mary. Natasha Ovoy, National, EMTV News.
National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Attention all students, parents and schools. The Smart Start School promotion is back for 2025. Your school could win a school grant worth 44,000 kina. Here's how. Collect 3 empty packets of Smart Start breakfast biscuits, write your name, number and school on an envelope, put the empty packets inside and drop them into an entry box at a registered school. The school with the highest number of valid entries in each region wins. 1,000 consolation prizes are also up for grabs. Register your school now with Paradise Foods Limited. Smart Start breakfast biscuit, proudly made by Paradise Foods.
Are you tired of standing in those long lines to get your jackpot tickets? Guess what? You never have to with Telecom USSD jackpot ticket purchase. Simply dial *321#, follow the prompts, and you are set for your jackpot draw. It's as easy as 3, 2, 1. Telecom PNG, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Hennell, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
As PNG's only ISO-accredited bulk haulage operator, IPI Transport guarantees the delivery of your critical cargo. Equipped with state-of-the-art GPS tracking systems and backed by an experienced team, you can rely on IPI Transport, part of the IPI group of companies.
When circumstances aren't quite what they seem.
I'm the boss now.
2 sisters.
Got a sister. Tasks to dance in the mouth.
Both determined to do what they think is right.
Say you only want to sell up a bit of the place. Which bit do you want to sacrifice?
Couldn't sell the place out from under you.
Find that sometimes you have to feel a little lost before you can find your way home.
Serious, Claire, what can I do? Getting dressed might be a start.
Method's Daughter, 8 p.m. Tuesday, right here on number one to watch, EMTV.
EMTV News A Closer Look returns for 2025, the current affairs program that brings to you weekly insights for the latest on education, health, business, politics,
I just want to make that clear.
sports, and more. A closer look every Sunday at 7 p.m. on your number one to watch, EMTV.
You're watching National EMTV News. Internal Revenue Commission's recovery efforts from recent cybersecurity breach are progressing well, with the restoration of key services across their offices are now underway.
In a press statement by IRC Commissioner General Sam Coim recently, he thanked all taxpayers, businesses, and stakeholders for their continued patience and cooperation over the past 2 months as IRC navigated the challenges posed by a recent cybersecurity breach. Coim said IRC acknowledged that this incident may have led to temporary disruptions in some of the services, particularly within provincial offices, but said their dedicated teams worked tirelessly to restore the systems, ensuring a secure and efficient recovery. He said the security and integrity of taxpayer information remains a top priority and that they are continuously improving the systems to minimize the risk of future disruptions. Coim further said IRC is implementing stronger security measures and enhancing IT infrastructure to better serve the people. He concluded and urged all taxpayers to stay vigilant against potential cyber threats. Pakatambua, National EMTV News.
The upgrade and sealing of the Tiobuin to Sipotavai Road in Tipmut's Autonomous Region of Bougainville is nearing completion.
Following the signing and awarding of contract between the Coco PACD project and Rybro Construction Limited in October 2024, Rybro commenced work on 9th December last year. To date, the road is nearing completion with 3.8 kilometers constructed, 61% completed, and work is still progressing and is expected to be completed in June. Senior engineer Raymond Paulia said the road will enable market access for cocoa growing communities in the respective areas. He commended the contractor, the safeguard and assistant engineers team for their work and assured them that they will work together to complete the project. The road project's community relations officer and a key lead cocoa farmer in Buka Island, Malon Sira, expressed gratitude for the development. Malone said this is a great achievement as it will increase revenue, improve people's lives, and provide a way forward for the autonomous government to prepare for independence. Lorraine Jimal, National EMTV News.
Milne Bay Province will now export fisheries products to Asia following the commission of 5 multi-million kina coastal fisheries project in the province recently. The coastal fisheries projects include Flying Tayang Mountain Live Fish Facility, ASL Sandfish Hatchery, NFA Seaweed Processing, Boboana Frozen Fish and Seaweed Holding Facility, Gunuwara Frozen Fish, and Mud Crab Holding Facility. These projects were simultaneously launched by the Fisheries Minister, Jelta Wong, recently and were described as a defining moment for coastal fisheries in Papua New Guinea. Minister Wong said these facilities will enable markets at the doorstep of the people of Milne Bay Province. He presented a check of 300,000 kina to Flying Tayang Mountain Live Fish Facility, 750,000 kina to Sand Fish Hatchery, and 100,000 kina to Bobowana Frozen Fish Facility. The other facilities also received checks and demonstrated vital process to Minister Wong and his delegates. With support from various donor agencies, the National Department of Health has provided National Capital District Provincial Health Authority with a state-of-art AI-driven portable X-ray machine.
Valued at over 300,000 kina, the X-ray machine would assist in the fight against tuberculosis under the TB program. This advanced technology will significantly enhance TB screening efforts, particularly in communities, helping to prevent the spread of the disease. The goal highlighted here is to improve early detection and ensure that those at risk receive timely care. The National Department of Health's Acting Secretary for Public Health, Mr. Ken Y, emphasized on the importance of controlling the spread of TB and HIV, noting that these diseases remain a serious concern. He said early detection and screening helps prevent further transmission. He also outlined the National Department of Health's commitment to ending TB by July 2030, with the collaboration of all provincial health authorities nationwide. Acting CEO for NCD Provincial Health Authority, Dr. Robin Oge, expressed his gratitude to Mr. Ken Y and the partners involved in the donation on behalf of the board and management. Dr. Oge said the NCD Provincial Health Authority is committed to fully utilizing this portable X-ray machine to conduct TB screenings across NCD, including the Motu Koitabu community. Natasha Ovoy, National EMTV News.
National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Share the love with Gullah Ice Cream, Gullah Cone Ice Creams, Gullah Stick Ice Creams, and Gullah Classic Tub Ice Creams. Happiness begins with the Gullah range of fun flavors which create taste adventures and excitement with every bite. Treat yourself. Share with a friend while chilling. The whole family will enjoy. Everyone has their favorite. Which one is yours? Share the love with Gullah Ice Creams. Gullah, Gullah, yum.
You get big data and big value with Telecom Good Pillar mobile data plans. From only 3 kina, you get 1 gig for 24 hours. And for only 150 kina, you get 130 gigs over a whopping 30 days. And with loads of Good Pillar data plans to choose from, there's a small, medium or large plan to match your budget. Dial *777# to subscribe. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
Meet the bank for everyone, everywhere. As People's Microbank, we were proud to be a bank for the people. Now as National Banking Corporation, we are bringing modern banking to all in Papua New Guinea. With more branches and our friendly staff ready to assist you in more places, we are making money matters simple and fair. So wherever you are, however you say it, say hello better banking. Learn more at nbcpng.com.pg.
As PNG's only ISO-accredited bulk haulage operator, IPI Transport guarantees the delivery of your critical cargo. Equipped with state-of-the-art GPS tracking systems and backed by an experienced team, you can rely on IPI Transport, part of the IPI group of companies.
She's just going to work.
Somewhere where she should have been safe.
They go beyond the headlines.
And the monster followed her into the bathroom.
Uncovering the truth behind the biggest stories.
So that's how he was getting rid of the evidence.
Yes.
Auditing investigations and the stories that matter.
I cannot comprehend how somebody can be so depraved, so evil.
60 Minutes, 9 p.m. tonight, right here on your number one to watch, MTV.
Since the regulation came into being in 2000, the super funds have grown from just under 2 billion kina industry to now 20 billion kina.
Join us Monday night on In Focus as we hold discussions with Number One Super Limited about its 2024 financial results.
Creates jobs for people as we're building. It's now moved into the phase of tenants coming in.
Year-on-year growth in terms of membership numbers was around 2%, which was around 235,000 members at the end of 2024.
That's on Monday night.
You're watching National MTV News. Now moving to overseas news. More on the obtained footage showing the final moments of Palestinian emergency workers killed by Israeli soldiers last month.
This video challenges Israel's account of why its soldiers opened fire with deadly force. It is just before dawn and the Red Crescent paramedics and civil defense workers are answering a call to help the wounded near Rafah. Israel's military said this convoy advanced suspiciously towards troops with the lights turned off. There was no prior communication. But as you can see, these are marked vehicles and workers in reflective uniforms. Then, without warning, this. The shooting continues for more than 5 minutes. The paramedic who's filming says his last prayers. Refat Radwan was killed alongside 14 others. This footage only emerged when teams could safely reach this site a week on. The bodies had been buried along with their vehicles. The UN called this a mass grave. Israel's account was already in question. The only paramedic to make it out alive told us earlier this week the vehicles had their lights on. The soldiers should have recognized them as medics.
I am the only survivor who saw what happened to my colleagues, and I will expose the crimes committed by the occupation against them.
He also denied Israel's claim Hamas may have used the ambulances as cover. Israel initially defended its soldiers.
The IDF did not randomly attack an ambulance.
But it hasn't fully explained the circumstances. We were told Hamas fighters were killed in this incident, but Israel's offered no evidence as yet. It says a thorough examination will take place to understand the sequence of events and handling of the situation. But the pressure for an independent investigation is growing. This footage lay buried for a week in the Gaza sand. It is now adding to the international calls for answers and accountability.
U.S. President Donald Trump has appealed to Americans to end tough, acknowledging that his economic revolution would not initially be easy, but asserting it will eventuate in historical results.
Mr. Trump's comments follow a shock reaction on the stock markets to his tariffs on imports. $5 trillion in value was wiped this week for S&P 500 companies by Friday's close, making it a record two-day decline. The 10% baseline tariffs on Australia and others are now in effect, with others due to start later this week. Car manufacturer Land Rover has paused its shipments of UK-made cars as it considers how to mitigate the 25% tariff on imported cars. And thousands of protesters have gathered across the United States and other parts of the world to demonstrate against US President Donald Trump's policies. The hands-off rallies voiced opposition to President Trump's plans to downsize the US government, reshape human rights and his handling of the economy. Marches also took place in Britain, Canada, France, Germany, Mexico and Portugal. One of the biggest rallies was held in Washington, where Democrat Congressman Jamie Raskin accused Mr. Trump and Tesla owner Elon Musk of trying to tear down the American Constitution.
More disaster relief funding has been announced for flood-stricken Western Queensland.
Well, there's still about 9 major flood warnings in place for here in Western Queensland. I'm in Charleville at the Warrego River, and that river behind me is still very much at a major flood level, but we were here yesterday and this bridge was actually completely inundated by water. That just shows how much the water has receded. And really, this is a fairly complex river system, and we have seen that there have been renewed river rises throughout the week, and that's largely because anything that flows upstream in terms of flooding will come eventually downstream. So it does take a few days or so for that to really come through. Now, the next question on everyone's minds is whether or not there is access to roads, including the road to Quilpie, which is a community that's been isolated for over a week. Authorities have told us here that we could be waiting up to Tuesday before the access to the roads will open. Now, of course, there are many communities that still remain isolated, including the likes of Thargomindah and Adavale in particular. Now, Adavale had a population of about 27, and all 27 were actually evacuated nearly 2 weeks ago. We have been told that SES personnel, as well as Queensland Fire Department, have been airlifted into that community, and they have dropped off washout gear as well as clean-up equipment for when residents are able to finally return. Perhaps what was the most interesting announcement made yesterday was the Prime Minister Anthony Albanese had actually matched a pledge that was made by the opposition leader Peter Dutton to invest about $10 million in a weather radar in regional Queensland. And to give everyone an idea of how vital this service is, many people out here actually didn't know that the weather event was coming until the rain actually started to fall, and that's because it's incredibly difficult to forecast given the lack of flood gauges. So that's something that's been welcomed by many, but of course, given the latest figures from the state government of livestock losses, that number has now climbed to about 154,000 stock losses, and that is significant because for a lot of primary producers out here, that's their entire livelihood that's been wiped out in a mere matter of weeks. So, of course, as we turn and shift from response to now relief and recovery, a lot of people know that this is going to be a marathon and certainly not a sprint.
The Labour Party looks increasingly likely to take hold onto its most marginal federal seat in Western Australia.
The affluent seat of Tangney in Perth South is as far from the rural vote as you can get. But given its marginal status, some see it as a golden opportunity.
We've got to continue to take our campaign into those areas where we're not seen, we're not expected. So, expect the unexpected from us.
Paul Brown is running as a National Senate candidate for WA and is a key voice of opposition to Labor's live sheep export ban. The Keep the Sheep campaign has held several events in Tangney, hoping to sway voters. At the recent state election, Labor retained the seats of Bateman, Bicton and Riverton, with only small swings to the Liberals. The 3 seats mostly fall within the federal electorate of Tangney. It's another seat federal Labor won for the first time in 2022, and after a redistribution is notionally held by a margin of 2.8%.
We know we have to win the seat of Tangney, and it's great to see Sam Lim here.
The party recently highlighting its WA candidates in key seats.
What I know about Sam Lim is he is one of the hardest working MPs I've ever met, and I know he will knock on every door and pick up every phone.
Liberal candidate Howard Ong, his main opponent.
We're backing Howard Ong! Liberal for Tangney!
The question Western Australians need to ask themselves is, do I feel better off today than I did when Mr Albanese was first elected? And the answer on any analysis is no.
Well, Tangney's the 7th most marginal seat that Labor holds nationally, and it's the most marginal seat in Western Australia. So clearly the Liberal Party would be looking at Tangney as their #1 target.
Tangney is also a culturally diverse electorate where more than 16% of residents identify as Chinese. Appealing to these voters will be crucial for either side in getting over the line. Along with cost of living, Australia's relationship with China playing on the minds of voters.
China is a big concern about if the relationship goes worse, they might face the discriminations in the community. This is their concern. It's our concern.
A key seat with a big battle ahead.
National EMTV News continues after the break with Trukai Sports. Stay with us.
Enjoy more talk, more text, and more time online with Telecom More Bundles. Choose from 8 plans ranging from 3 kina with 600 megabytes of data all the way up to 75 kina, loaded with a massive 35 gig. Best of all, each plan comes with an unlimited on-network call minutes plus on-net and off-net talk and text. That's way more time to chat with family and friends. Telecom More Bundles. Top up now.
Meet the bank for everyone, everywhere. As People's Microbank, we were proud to be a bank for the people. Now as National Banking Corporation, we are bringing modern banking to all in Papua New Guinea. With more branches and our friendly staff ready to assist you in more places, we are making money matters simple and fair. So wherever you are, however you say it, say hello better banking. Learn more at nbcpng.com.pg.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
As PNG's only ISO-accredited bulk haulage operator, IPI Transport guarantees the delivery of your critical cargo. Equipped with state-of-the-art GPS tracking systems and backed by an experienced team, you can rely on IPI Transport, part of the IPI group of companies.
Hello, I'm Sam Wykes.
And I'm Tiana Penatani.
And we're excited to let you know that Pacific Sport Show is back in 2025.
Tune in to MTV on Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. as we bring you all the latest sporting action from across the Pacific.
The oceans are a mysterious frontier. They can trigger our deepest fears. This is the story of one patrol boat.
Carry on the seaboat!
Its 24 crew. And its duty to protect one of the longest and most vulnerable coastlines on Earth.
Sea Patrol, 9 p.m. Monday, right here on your number one to watch, MTV.
I'm Martha, and each week on Kai Time, we'll introduce you to local food businesses showcasing their delicious dishes. From the pasta, the white sauce. Plus, you will discover how to make tasty and affordable meals using ingredients from your local markets. Tune in to Kai Time every Wednesday at 7 p.m. right here on your number one to watch, MTV.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. Papua New Guinea International and Castleford Tigers Uka, Joda Rimbu was amongst 4 PNG players who met with His Majesty King Charles in London recently.
PNG internationals Judah Rimbu, Jeremiah Simbican, Sylvester Namo and Liam Horn, who play for the Castleford Tigers in the UK Super League, were on a royal trip from north of England to London this week, where they go to meet His Majesty King Charles for the first time. The Castleford number 9, Rimbu told Trukai Sports today that it was once in a lifetime experience of himself and his teammates as the king had a conversation with them. Rimbu said Charles talked a little bit about rugby league and also gave them health tips. He said the king shared jokes and asked each of the players what positions they play and how long they have been in the UK. King Charles also highlighted his visit to Papua New Guinea in the 1970s prior to independence. The event was organized by Mission Aviation Fellowship, or MAF, and PNG High Commissions in London, where King Charles unveiled a new aircraft that will be used in PNG. Pakatambua, Trukai Sports.
Due to the bad weather in Port Moresby, Cricket PNG, in consultation with Boruco Motors, has made the decision to postpone the start of the 2025 Isuzu Men's T20 Smash.
Cricket PNG said the tournament will now be pushed to May to ensure player safety and preserve ground conditions for top-level T20 cricket action. Cricket PNG said the revised plan is for the Isuzu Women's T20 Smash to proceed as scheduled from 25th April to 4th of May, followed by the rescheduled Men's T20 Smash from 9th May onwards. The Isuzu T20 Smash is one of the PNG's premier cricket events, bringing together 4 elite men's and women's teams in the double round-robin format that has set to feature 12 matches per division, culminating in an exciting showcase of local cricketing talent at Ameni Park. Jonathan Sibona, Trukai Sports.
The Papua New Guinea Football Association launched a competition capacity building workshop in Kimbe aimed at strengthening the operational capacity of football competitions across the New Guinea Islands region.
PNGFA said this initiative brings together representatives from the 4 member associations in the region with a focus on developing skilled personnel capable of managing local football competitions effectively. Recognizing the importance of capacity building in advancing the global game, PNGFA is taking a structured approach to enhance the skills and leadership of key individuals within each MA. PNGFA further stated that the workshop is designed to support the identification and appointment of a competition manager within its association, someone who will be responsible for planning, implementing and overseeing local competitions. This step is critical for the consistent and professional management of football tournaments at the regional level. The initiative in Kimbe marks the beginning of a broader national program, as similar workshops will be rolled out across all 4 regions of Papua New Guinea. This comprehensive effort reflects PNGFA's commitment to building a sustainable football structure that aligns with the international standards and contributes to the long-term development of the sport across the country. Jonathan Sibona, Trukai Sports.
The 3-day OFC Player Development Workshop has successfully ended on a high note.
The workshop was conducted by OFC Player Development Officer Phil Parker, aimed at introducing grassroots coaching to provide valuable opportunity for local coaches and teachers to expand their knowledge and enhance their coaching practices. The workshop has gathered grassroots and youth coaches from schools and clubs across the National Capital District for 3 days of learning and collaboration. Participants engaged in both practical and theoretical sessions with a strong emphasis on fun, creativity and playing football. A key theme for the workshop is promoting football as a tool for positive transformation while respecting cultural values. OFC Player Development Officer Phil Parker said football is about developing skills and developing character. PNGFA Acting Technical Director Felipe Vegarongo expressed his gratitude to the participants for attending and thanked Mr. Wesley Waiwai for his coordination and support in ensuring participant attendance. The practical sessions involved working with the PNG Under-15 boys team who are preparing for the UEFA Development Tournament in Auckland, New Zealand next week. Jonathan Sibona, Trukai Sports.
Trukai Sports continues after the break. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
Their gold nuggets, there's a flavor for everyone. The best tasting snack, get a burst of gold nuggets. Cheese flavor.
Mega wow.
Chicken flavor.
Mega wow.
Cheese onion flavor.
Mega wow.
Barbecue flavor. Mega wow.
When you're on the go, one more. One more.
Get that burst of gold nuggets flavor.
Mega wow.
Are you tired of standing in those long lines to get your jackpot tickets? Guess what? You never have to with Telecom USSD jackpot ticket purchase. Simply dial *321#, follow the prompts, and you are set for your jackpot draw. It's as easy as 3, 2, 1. Telecom PNG, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
As PNG's only ISO-accredited bulk haulage operator, IPI Transport guarantees the delivery of your critical cargo. Equipped with state-of-the-art GPS tracking systems and backed by an experienced team, you can rely on IPI Transport, part of the IPI group of companies.
More than the life I know, there is more to what the future holds. You me holy man, no walk one time. Oh, 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 oh. We dare to believe in incredible things. Oh, 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 oh. With money plus we're ready to go.
When life feels broken, when hope is gone, when prayers go unanswered, what do?
Put your faith into action. Put your faith to the test and see what God can do.
Faith isn't just believing, it's moving, trusting, and seeing God work in impossible situations. Faith in Action, 7:30 a.m. Saturday and 8 a.m. Sunday, right here on your number one to watch, EMTV. When circumstances aren't quite what they seem,
I'm the boss now.
two sisters,
Got a sister?
Task is to dance in the man.
both determined to do what they think is right.
Say you only want to sell off a bit of the place. Which bit do you want to sacrifice? Couldn't sell the place out from under you.
Find that sometimes you have to feel a little lost before you can find your way home.
Serious, Claire, what can I do? Didn't dress might be a start.
Matt Lord's Daughter, 8 p.m. Tuesday, right here on number one to watch, EMTV.
Join me on House and Home for all your home and lifestyle improvements.
It's not rocket science. And many of these things too, I didn't go to school, I teach myself.
From Hot Talk Mom, health and fitness, interest stories, gardening tips, out and about, pet care, and many more. Join me every Tuesday, 7 p.m. on your number one to watch, EMTV.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Hennell, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
You're watching True Guy Sports. Now moving to overseas sports. The Broncos have moved to the top of the NRL table after a 46-24 points thrashing of the West Tigers.
The unbeaten Canterbury can reclaim it today with a victory against the Knights. Earlier,
The Sydney Swans have claimed win of the AFL season with a 65-point demolition of North Melbourne at Dockland Stadium.
The undermanned visitors kicked 10 goals to 3 in the second half as Will Hayward and Joel Amati each booted 4 goals in the 18-9-117 to 8-4-52 victory. The win lifts Sydney to 8th under new coach Dean Cox, while the Kangaroos slipped to 12th spot. Reigning Premier Brisbane climbed into second place with a 28-point victory over Richmond at the MCG. The Lions won 18 goals, 10-118 to 13-12-90, led by 42 disposals from co-captain Lachie Neale. Will Ashcroft booted 2 goals, including a goal of the year contender. Brisbane is now 4 wins from 4 games to start the season.
Sydney FC has moved into the top 6 of the A-League men's after a dramatic win against Adelaide United at the Hindmarsh Stadium.
The Sky Blues opened the scoring through Patrick Kamlala in the 18th minute. Super sub Adrian Segasic again delivered for Sydney, sealing the 3 points in the 94th minute. The Reds drop out of the top 6 for the first time since early in the season and are now without a win in their last 7 matches. Elsewhere, Western United consolidated second spot on the ladder with a 3-1 win at home against Perth Glory.
Back-to-back premiers, the Adelaide Thunderbirds has smashed the Melbourne Vixen by 13 goals in the Super Netball season opener.
The Vixens set the tone early in a rematch of last season's grand final, but 36 goals from Adelaide star goal shooter and player of the match Romelda Aiken-George helped the hosts secure a 66-56 victory. At John Cain Arena, the Sunshine Coast Lightning defeated the Melbourne Mavericks 69-59. It's the first time the Sunshine Coast has beaten the Mavericks.
That ends True Kai Sports. The Morning Plus weather report is next. Stay with us.
True Kai Sports. True Kai Sports.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Kai. True Kai, true inspiration through generations.
You get big data and big value with Telecom Good Pillar mobile data plans. From only 3 kina, you get 1 gig for 24 hours. And for only 150 kina, you get 130 gigs over a whopping 30 days. And with loads of Good Pillar data plans to choose from, there's a small, medium or large plan to match your budget. Dial *777# to subscribe. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Meet the bank for everyone, everywhere. As People's Microbank, we were proud to be a bank for the people. Now as National Banking Corporation, we are bringing modern banking to all in Papua New Guinea. With more branches and our friendly staff ready to assist you in more places, we are making money matters simple and fair. So wherever you are, however you say it, say hello better banking. Learn more at nbcpng.com.pg.
Attention all students, parents and schools. The Smart Start School promotion is back for 2025. Your school could win a school grant worth 44,000 kina. Here's how. Collect 3 empty packets of Smart Start breakfast biscuits, write your name, number and school on an envelope, put the empty packets inside and drop them into an entry box at a registered school. The school with the highest number of valid entries in each region wins. 1,000 consolation prizes are also up for grabs. Register your school now with Paradise Foods Limited. Smart Start breakfast biscuit, proudly made by Paradise Foods.
She was just going to work.
Somewhere where she should have been safe.
They go beyond the headlines.
And the monster followed her into the bathroom.
Uncovering the truth behind the biggest stories.
So that's how he was getting rid of the evidence.
Yes.
Auditing investigations and the stories that matter.
I cannot comprehend how somebody can be so depraved, so evil.
60 Minutes, 9 p.m. tonight, right here on your #1 to watch, EMTV.
Join me every Thursday night as Sportscene brings to you all the local and international sporting updates. Revisiting our legendary athletes.
Hi, this is David Mead.
highlighting our local sports developments across the nation.
All eyes are on Papua. Now an NRL team based here.
To create a pathway.
And our talented rising stars.
Hi, my name is Gemma Schnobel and you're watching
all the younger ones should follow.
14 Thursday nights at 7 p.m. only on your number one to watch, MTV.
Dreaming for more than the life we've known. There is more to what the future holds. You me holy man, no walk one time. Oh, 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 oh. We dare to be living incredible things. Oh, 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 oh. With money plus we're ready to go.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
The MoneyPlus weather report for the next 24 hours. In the southern region, Port Moresby City, mostly cloudy with occasional rain showers and thunderstorm. Daru, cloudy periods with rain and rain showers and thunderstorm. Kerama, partly cloudy to mostly cloudy with some rain and rain showers and thunderstorm. Alotau, some rain and rain showers with possible thunderstorm. Popondetta, some rain and rain showers this evening, easing to partly cloudy. In the Momasa region, Ley City, partly cloudy to cloudy with afternoon rain showers and possible thunderstorm. Madang, cloudy with occasional light showers and thunderstorm. Wewak, cloudy with rain and rain showers and possible thunderstorm. Vanimo, cloudy with rain and rain showers and possible thunderstorm. In the New Guinea Island region, Lorengau, partly cloudy to cloudy skies with possible rain showers and thunderstorm. Kavieng, partly cloudy with chances of some showers. Kokopo and Rabaul, partly cloudy to cloudy skies with possible rain showers and thunderstorm. Kimbe, cloudy periods with rain and rain showers and possible thunderstorms. And Buka, partly cloudy with possible rain showers. And in the islands region, Mount Agan City, cloudy periods with thundery rain and showers with flash flood potentials. Goroka, Bans and Kundiyawa, cloudy periods with thundery rain and showers with flash flood potential, variable. And Menditsari and Wabeg, cloudy periods with thundery rain, showers with flash flood potentials. And to small ship focused, waters of southern PNG and Indonesian border to Daru to Kiwai Island to Kerama to Yule Island to Wood Point. Seas 0.5 to 1.3 meters. Waters of Wood Point to Samarai Island to Cape Vogel and all Milne Bay Islands. Seas 0.5 to 1.0 meters. Waters of Cape Vogel to Owen Gulf to Finschhafen. Seas 0.5 to 1.3 meters. Waters of Finschhafen through Vita Strait to CRC and Long Island to Madang, seas 0.5 to 1.3 meters. Waters of Madang to Wewak to Vanimo and northern PNG and Indonesian border, seas 0.5 to 1.0 meters. Waters of Manus and its western group of highlands, seas 0.5 to 1.0 meters. Waters of New Ireland to East New Britain to Bougainville, seas 0.5 to 1.0 meters. Waters of West New Britain, seas 0.5 to 1.0 meters. And to ocean forecast, Coral Sea, seas moderate to becoming rough, east to southeast winds of 10 to 20 knots, increasing to 25 knots at times. Solomon Sea, seas smooth to slight, east to northeast winds of 5 to 10 knots. Bismarck Sea, seas smooth to slight, north to northeast winds of 5 to 10 knots. And Pacific Ocean, seas smooth to slight, northeast winds of 5 to 15 knots.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
And that wraps up the news, sports and weather for Sunday, the 6th of April, 2025. From all of us here, pleasant viewing and good night.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Gold Nuggets.